I did not want this. I was against this. This is the first time that God and I truly disagreed. Trust me. Hi everyone, it's been a minute and I just wanted to do a life update, so let's get into it. So this life update really starts from last year, 2023. Now in 2022 I was working at the hospital, and I had been working at the hospital for 2 years, and after working at the hospital for 2 years, I decided I needed a break. If you've been here long enough, you know that I'm married, and my husband and I were having a long distance relationship, long distance marriage. We've been together since 2010, and we were together from 2010 to 2013 when I left, meaning in the same place. Then I left, and then from 2013 until now, we were in a long distance. Finally closed the gap this year. So after 2022, I decided I want a break. I've been in the hospital for 2 years. I've been working back and forth in this hospital system, doing nights, and it was a lot. So I took a break and became a housewife. I've done this before because when my daughter was born, I was a housewife for like a year, just washing, cooking, cleaning, and taking care of my family. But then having worked and then gone into it, you know, it was a whole thing of getting acclimatized. But I needed the rest after being in the hospital for so long, and to me 2 years was long of straight, you know, working like that. So as I said, I was washing, cooking, cleaning, homeschooling my daughter, tending to my husband, and just immersed into my life of a homemaker basically. So that was January, February, March and April, and as April just ended, you know, I was reminiscing on that. Then May came around, and if you want me to talk about my homemaking experience, how that was for me, pros and cons and all of that, I can do that in another video. I got to May and I said, okay, this was a time frame for me. I felt like I needed to go back into the working world. I hadn't applied to anything yet, but I knew I wanted to work in the health center. Fine. Now, having said that, I came back in May and I applied to the health center. I applied to a university. Well, I didn't apply. They asked me to apply to a university to be their doctor. And I applied to Grenada. I really wanted Grenada. When I applied to Grenada, they said, oh, we don't have any spot or anything like that. And I said, okay, to be a medical tutor for St. George's University. They said they didn't have any spot or anything like that. Applied to the university. Well, they asked me, they interviewed me, asked me to apply. I did. And they said they didn't get back to me. Not going to tell you which university. And then I applied to health center. Didn't hear anything back. So these are 3 areas that I applied. So I was sitting down for like a week. And if you know me, something with me, I cannot stay for too long in one place. So I said, okay, let me just... My husband suggested that I do private practice, like working in somebody's office. And I said, okay, let me do that for a little bit. So I went to a printing shop and I printed some applications. I'm in my car and I'm now going to go and hand them out to different doctors' offices to say, you know, if there were any openings. Before I did that, my phone rang and said, hey, Betty, would you like to work in a doctor's office? The doctor is going on a little vacation and wants you to work. And I'm like, wow. I printed off like 10 of these applications and I didn't need to give any. And I worked in that doctor's office May, June, July. By the time that doctor was done and everything, by August, I was then able to going to another doctor's office, because now I'm still waiting to hear back and I'm not getting any responses or anything like that. So August comes around and I go into another doctor's office, and then that doctor, it comes back off his vacation. But God is good for those 4 months. So first 4 months I was a home wife. The second 4 months I was working inside private practices, 2 of them to be exact. Well, no, multiple, but I had 2 steady ones. And with doing that, I was fine. I got by. So May, June, July, August, those 4 months I did that. Now, the thing is, I knew that I never ever wanted to be in private practice. I always wanted to do health center, right? Which is like private practice, but it isn't. In health center, it's free healthcare. You see the patients and the government pay you. In private practice, it's based on the patients. Like if the patients come, you get paid. If nobody comes, you don't get paid. Fine. So I knew I never wanted to do private practice. At the end of August, my husband came to Jamaica, and the same day he came, I got a message to my phone saying, oh, there's an office that's being sold. Right, there's an office that somebody is handing over and they're leaving Jamaica and they want to get, they want to send on the office to somebody else. My husband was excited, and I'm like, because I guess I've been telling him how good my private practice experience has been, then he was like, why don't you do that? And I'm like, oh, I don't want to. And I really was praying for a health center. I remember even passing the health center that I wanted and saying, Lord, this is it. Anyways, my husband said he believed that this was what the Lord wanted, and we prayed about it, and I also believed this was what the Lord wanted. I did not want this. I was against this. This is the first time that God and I truly disagreed, trust me. And then, we went, we spoke to the person, I guess we were interested, and we took over the office, moving right along. September comes, and I'm in this office now that we have procured, my husband and I am sitting in this office, and I'm telling you, it's a whole other ball game to own a business, because at health center, you will just go and work at your desk, but owning a private practice like your own, you would have to pay all the bills, rent, light, internet, water, take care of all the stocks that you need, pay staff. I've never done business. I've never even done principle of business, accounting, nothing. So this was a whole realm for me, because I started the 28th of August. It's been 9 months since I've owned my own private practice or owned a business. The people, it's been a whole roller coaster. So September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, I have been in my own private practice. Let's just go back. So from May to August, I heard silence. The silence was deafening. I couldn't hear anything about any jobs or whatever that I wanted. September comes around, I get an email from Grenada. Oh, a spot has opened up. We would love for you to come. We've already procured the office, and we're like, can't believe this. I really wanted to go to Grenada because it's so dear to us. I really wanted Sky to be there and to live there and whatever. But anyways, and I hear back from the university that they want me. Then I hear that I need to come for an interview for the health center, and that, it would be very hard for me to not get a spot. And I'm like, what is this? It was either one, I should have waited on those opportunities, or two, I should know that God is leading me in the right direction and these are distractions and I should know where he's leading. So I just took it as the other one. I prayed about it, and I believe God was leading me into private practice. And so I turned all of those down. I just turned them down and continued into private practice. So that's where I am now as it relates to private practice, right? No, the road has not been easy at all. The road has so not been easy to owning a business. It's crazy. It's a whole new realm, a whole new world. And I am just going to explain what I've learned in the next video. So see you at my next video.